A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
It could be. The lieutenant adjusts his collar against the cool breeze. So let's push the Eternite over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Tunk. There it goes. We have a way.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures towards the young woman next to the tent. I indeed shall do so. I am also interested about this tent. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
3 young men over there. Come on, get in the close the flap behind you.
Get in the close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it talks also so late, because there's quite a lot of time there in between, and I would like to talk, I would already like to read it, but I can't, because then he starts to actually talk.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sure, let's squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
Oh, he points his thumb at the lieutenant.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Alright, Kim.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Thank you. A tent! With 3 other people already in, and then we join them. Interesting music, certainly. A lot of things to notice. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. I like the music, it's cool. Coupes de Lange engine starting fluid. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafon Ultra. We do gain a level up. But now then it's the question, should I go for the physical instrument? Or... bonus from thoughts is -1. Say it. Or Sapphire Fair, but I do think I like Sapphire Fair more. It's just unlikely that I'll still ever get far enough in it though. But... yeah, maybe. But probably I shouldn't do that, at least as of yet. See whatever this gives us soon enough, because it's only 42 minutes more and it's gonna be then giving us whatever it will. I'm just checking how these were actually, but I'll return to it later then. Canisters filled with what appears to be water, the label says distilled. And a speaker, the big king they use for live music.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Greetings.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand, of course.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
Alright.
This is my posse, Noid.
Oh, hello.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
No need to be suspicious of me.
And Egghead.
Egghead.
Egg!
He yells. The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music. Hello.
Together with a settled burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Alright, that's interesting. So wait, how many music venues have you organized then?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Yeah, pipeline as in to come, but you haven't done any yet. So why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Okay.
Also for talent.
Alright.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Alright.
Place is a shithole.
It is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
That's alright. There's no need. The place is really bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
Yes.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it, alright. Enough histrionics, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Alright.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
Alright.
Strike that. The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
Okay. Who are holed up in the church then? Definitely not Rose, I'm pretty certain of that, but...
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
Uh-huh.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
We're an expert of opinions, yay. I'm so expert that I barely succeeded with your Czech rhetoric. Yeah, totally. I won't stand for necromaniacs of any kind. No necromaniacs on my watch. Shake your head gravely.
Yes, yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
Okay. What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Okay. And would you mean spiritual refuge with this sort of music? That's evidently not something very common.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
That's true.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Alright.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Alright. I can understand that. Probably not what it was meant for. Sure, I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
So giddy. So did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
But there's already people in there, so have they starved in the meantime?
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have these people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
That's kinda long, he shrugs. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Uh-huh. Well, to be honest, 85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being. You do know this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Yeah, not exactly the best of ideas, I have to say. Well, will you give me the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt bag and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction, and I will probably fail. Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person. Let's try to be cool, but I will probably fail because I really don't have the reaction speed for this. Be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you. I'll try, and I will fumble.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Reaction speed? How could you have succeeded? My reaction speed is 1, but dice got me 6. That's so goddamn lucky. 6 plus 5, so basically 2 really good success rolls. I most of the time would just fail. Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Bask in the glory. Thanks, man. Play it cool.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something.
We sure did. So right, other questions then.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
So who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
I guess better safe than sorry. Anything more you can tell me?
Yes. There's also the machinery.
Okay, what sort of machinery?
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
Aha, certainly yes, Inland Empire, I'm sure.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Okay, so like they just appeared at some point.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Wires running into bowls of water. Alright. Interesting.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Okay, so that's the spookiness.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
That's a good question then. What feeling?
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Alright.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
Alright, my empathy succeeded. But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Okay. The woman, red hair, maybe a lorry woman? Probably not, I assume not.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
I think you're mistaken.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark signs.
So, yeah, so which one is it? I'd say it's this one, which he's saying.
What Noid said.
Rude is gone. The woman is someone else.
Yes.
You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
Clearly not. So, what was that about something watching you?
Like, you aren't alone, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Alright.
Non-human means a predator.
Predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Okay. Yeah, crabs climb a lot. I've seen that happen.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Ambush behavior. Not crab man, yeah.
Crab man!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
Alright, yeah, gotcha.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
Yeah, I got you on that.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building.
Yes, we certainly shall.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Yeah, it does sound a little nonsense. But can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
Yes, probably and very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Chucked up to some snuff station.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
It would be, yeah.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
Uh-huh.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
Yeah. So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
Failure. For a change of failure, why not? Yeah, he's just certain because he's certain. I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument. Nope, no service.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
He makes a little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, something else then.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of associates on the church. Who are these associates?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Before we go on, what do you mean by meteoron?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
He looks at you, squinting his eyes to see if you're kidding. Oh, the founding party, I do know them, but can you refresh my memory?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
it doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church. Yeah, they don't.
You're totally wrong about that.
He shakes his head. Okay.
The Pericanassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Hardcore.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat. Let's just do that first and foremost. Nod your head.
Feels good.
It does feel so good. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
He nods at his friend and turns to you with a mischievous grin. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse though?
Your pussy's like your people, man. Like you got your cup pussy, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a pussy.
Wow.
2 men and a woman stand on the beach, under a row of houses long abandoned to war damage. The words, "Felled Electrical," have peeled off the turn-of-the-century waterfront development. One of the men carries a small boy on his shoulders. The boy looks up at the faded logo.
Felt electrical. Wasn't that the one of the locations very close by, though?
The woman says to him, "Good to see you here, special consultant. We're worried about the Lieutenant Yefreto."
As in we. They're worried about a we. 2 men and a woman. It's the one woman and the one man, at least, who have been following now us in the... well, they came into the hotel that we were staying at originally, at least, I'm certain. But then one of the men carries a small boy? Question mark, plus then who is the other man?
"Why are you worried about the Lieutenant Yefreto?" asks the boy. Then a wave comes crashing in.
Okay. It sounds like you're just saying random things. Laugh, posse, make noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously.
You hear a wave crashing outside, not far. It's a big one. The rumble dissipates into the baseline.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friends get mysterious. Sure, I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anointed music is about love and so is the Perkinesian Church. That's true.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Indeed.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnesian.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
It was lame, but you didn't want to imply. So polite of you.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment, by the way.
Yes. What?
Breakthrough imminent, yes. I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scattered the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
True. And it's distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Uh-huh. I hate to tell it to you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone card and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether, by the way. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
Uh-huh. It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now.
Good, I gotcha. What's with all the nose fat?
The what now?
He leans in here to hear you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The nose vet ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Totally, I'm so believing in that. You sound fine to me, though.
Yes, that's all Nosefed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
I highly doubt that, he nods energetically.
Nosefed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
He picks one up from the corner and hands it to you. Here you go. Thank you. I get the nose part, but what about the engine starting fluid?
The engine starting fluid? It's for starting engines.
Yeah, but why?
Is the amiable speed freak becoming a bit cross with you? Sounds like it.
Why so? What engines do you start with it?
What's with the goddamn Romangarod earrings? It's cold. The fluids for the generator.
Ah, he points towards a machine. Okay, well, relax. Here's the extra... How's the extra high ether content working out for you, by the way? Does it do the trick?
I guess it does.
You're not completely satisfied yet.
Why not, actually? You know, maybe the slight scent of ether I felt before is somehow connected to ethyl ether.
No idea, man.
Okay. Alright, enough of this. Thank you.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Necromania is a plague, -1. Logic 6. Well, we're not gonna get this a lot better. Unexplained ether smell, unexplained nose felt, unexplained starting fluid. A lot of unexplained stuff, so we can try it, but it's highly unlikely to work out. Of course, maybe...
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Yeah, you be, so... But, okay, let's have a look at the thought first and foremost.
Mazovian socio-economics.
Can't read even this? That's sad.
0.0000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Sure. And then left-wing dialogue options give +4 to experience overall, but I'm very sad. -1 to visual calculus overall still. -1 to authority is fine. We still have plenty of authority, but -1 to visual calculus is really annoying. And the thing is, like, sure, sometimes I would be choosing the left-wing dialogue options, but not nearly all the time, so... Well, not really sure about how much I like it. Not quite certain about it. So what was it that I needed? I needed logic. Sure, I guess I'll put those on. Wherever I may be able to get some more extra logic, the better. At the moment anyways. Those give also logic, but didn't this already? Yeah, that gives +2, so no point in that hat. And as long as there's nothing at least that goes minus to it, then that's at least important in itself. Perception bonus. Yeah, nothing giving minuses to at least that, so...
Hi again.
Let's try.
So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
He senses something is wrong.
I think I'll go for the second option. This isn't this isn't the making of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing trucks.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Yes, it's true. Just one little speaker. Where is his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You have only one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
Phew. Well, that nosebud is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Then the distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, What's your point, Lawbringer?
And then the ether from Copis de Lange, a solvent, good for getting actin agent out of the solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
He smiles nervously. There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. In short, you tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
He waves his hands. Summary execution? Preposterous.
I meant to say, not true.
You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the day when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, Copman. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
Bottom line is, I know. That's true, we know.
What exactly is it you know?
He sounds confrontational. So what are we going to do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
Alright.
The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
We don't care about any of this. I hope you're right, Succession. But he is almost ready to drop the act. I think that's okay too. I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. Do what you want and I'll do what I want.
Really?
He sounds relieved. Of course not really. Really. Of course not really. I'm a cop. Now tell me what's going on immediately.
Or else?
Clank, there's an audible clank as he lets a French drop into his toolbox. Not calling back and hauling you all off to the pen, for starters.
Okay, man, okay.
He raises his hands.
Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now.
Uh-huh.
It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Uh-huh.
Because we do! We totally do!
Okay.
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
Alright, why?
To get our foot in the door.
And why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
Yeah, likely.
But the sign was way off too! I couldn't feel the love at all!
Okay.
So, what now?
This is it. Judgment.
Judgment time. Ah, well, let's see. I can either decide later or I could decide right now. If I would decide right now, I would go for just the no speed lap. That's the thing. I don't want to really go and like arrest them or anything of the sort, so let's do this clean. No speed lap, just a club for anodic music. Okay, guys?
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions, his teeth beam in the floodlight.
I knew it.
The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees. So, he's very sad about the no speed?
It's impossible now.
Aww.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
So there was never going to be a club in there.
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time.
At least you really wanted the club.
We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
I hope so. He looks at you. Cool.
This will be nothing.
Oh, Shivers is like, this will be nothing. Sad.
You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Road. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Aww. Wait, does anyone feel that?
What?
Nothing, nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention, but have my eye on you.
Okay. We'll try to do it without the drugs.
He raises his head from between his knees. Good job.
We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but. I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
Okay.
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
Good.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Yeah. My goodness, that was quite a bit of shut-in with them. And first, accepting a task, then finding out that, oh, they want to do a drugs in their truck lab. It did all start to kind of point into that way, but I wasn't sure if I could crack the case. But I was able to crack the case, and I'm very glad I did. Extremely glad we managed to crack that case. Certainly. More than just a little bit. Let's go talk to this person here then still, who is also outside. There's so much we would like to do though. Hello Kim, it was so nice out there, or inside there. Wish you were there too. Asele.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Asele, the last of the speed freaks, Hossie.
Indeed. Hello, Asele.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Aww.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on. It's cold.
So should you.
I have.
You don't have to do anything.
But I already have. I should and I do. Point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, you have to have a hat too, but I have a hat. It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises.
How can you say fuck the hat?
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
We clearly are not managing to do this. I've lost too much of my authority to be able to do this. Regain authority in her eyes, which is absolutely not gonna happen, but sure.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh dear, oh my god, fuck the hat? Is that how you, is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you told me to fuck the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
It's definitely not coming out right. So I should just take this hat and wear it and fuck it, right? Point at your head where the hat's located. Engage in sexual intercourse with the hat right here in front of you because you told me so. On the sea ice.
More.
Right here on the sea ice.
More.
Give you a little ice cup hat fuck show. Yeah, poof your cheeks as if you can't even breathe from the sheer indigeneity of the affront.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Oh, the girl is visibly shaken. I'm sorry. The lieutenant is
The
watching.
lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Start jumping up and down on the sea ice, gesturing towards it with both hands as if to say this is where it was supposed to take place.
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball.
Oh, I feel so bad for her though. Oh.
3 figures on the spring ice. One, a shortish man, is standing with his shoulders slightly hunched. Another, a young woman, tries her best to ignore the third, a middle-aged man with bloated cheeks, jumping up and down on the sea ice.
Yeah, as in us, trying to ignore us. Trying to very well ignore us. Yes.
Across the bay, 2 figures watch the scene unfold through coin-operated binoculars. My God, one says in a concerned voice. Let me see, says the other.
Yeah, seen us jumping up out of the goddamn ice here.
That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
Start crying, yeah. Just now we break down completely. We'll start crying.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then, the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol, and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
My God.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
It so is. Okay. What should I say? No, it's not.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know?
It is. There's a muttered hint to her voice. Well, at least we also got some empathy from her then.
Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk. Okay? I'll be here.
Thank you. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Kim. Having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
That's probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case.
It is an exceptional case.
So, what do you think happened?
Yeah, I'm not gonna succeed in that. I experienced a minor malfunction. I'm okay now.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
I can, and I'm sorry, Kim. I promise this is the last time.
Then, let's go.
Alright, let's talk to her again.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes.
Oh,
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Yeah, can we talk for a minute? Is that okay?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there's something that's been making my life hell, you know?
What is it?
She listens intently. I think it's the plight of the working class. Mooching of the entrepreneur class. I think it's all this foreign people taking out. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. Sure, let's go for that. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. I think we're being like that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing.
So, the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is the slow pace of social progress.
No, that's probably not it, is it? Reasonable soul.
No, it sounds like you just got chick issues.
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good, you know?
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't really remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, and that's all. That's all I remember at the moment.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Their lover, no. I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
Wait, what do you mean by selective memory?
Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory.
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
Well, I'm kinda glad that I'm not the only one then.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is this Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing then.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
She thinks for a second, stretching her jaw. Well, thank you.
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
So we would need to scratch it. Your associates tried to use me to set up a truck lab, by the way. I'm guessing you knew of this plan.
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
She doesn't appear surprised.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
The lieutenant looks at the ocean, squinting his eyes.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
Should have tried harder. Misleading a cop is no joke.
I know. I should have been able to control them. And I will in the future. I promise.
Good then, Asele.
May I ask? What did you tell them?
Do what you will with your dance club plans. Just no truck laps, please.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
The young woman nods. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
Mainframe, eh? She nods, by the way.
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
Strange.
He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Understandable.
Like a crab, you say?
The lieutenant nods, his face is stone. What does this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
She shakes her head. You were wrong. I do believe you. You at least saw it. It doesn't mean that it necessarily was exactly that thing, but you nonetheless saw it. I do believe you in that part.
Why?
She raises a brow. What would you stand to gain for that lie?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
So I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
She blows on her shield fingers. What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Well, what about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Aha. Okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Maybe it will be. So have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Okay. Oh, that's kinda good. No neighbors complaining about the noise when you get the club going.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Good. What's the device you have there, by the way?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
She breathes on her freezing fingers. And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
Okay, what's a contact microphone exactly?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Interesting. How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Elysium? Or Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Alright.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
Ah.
Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
I've heard of the Jamrock at least. I know that. And Boogie Street, like in one of our memories or something.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
She looks you over, assessing your age. I get down sometimes.
I don't know what that means.
I cried.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have a concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely dressed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers, looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
She squints her eyes for a second, trying to remember something. Then let's go for it. Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
So, what are you doing out here in the gold?
Recording, I guess.
And was it that you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. Wait, what happened to the headphones then?
My boyfriend sold them.
Aw, what for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Aw.
Everything checks out, sire.
Medium failure. I don't think that checks out, but hey, what can we do? And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Interesting. Just not.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
Aw.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket. Aw, that's so kind of you.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
No worries.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
Aw. But that was the best hat I had. Thanks, she puts it on. It's a bit large for her.
Go ahead.
Gave her a hat, and empathy anyways is ridiculously good. The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, or at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It is easier to live in their failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent.
We're doing such a speech.
It's real. Tell her.
It is not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Her shoulders shake a little. Nothing if you got this. Don't be scared.
Okay, I'll stick to it.
Her teeth rattle. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap. I'll stick to it.
So, thanks, I guess, for the psych session. I guess that means we're even?
At a moment of silence, she speaks again. She smiles a little. Yay!
She means your little talk before, after your breakdown. It's all right, she means to say. You returned the favor.
Woohoo! Actually, that's it for now then.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device. Aw, that was fun. That was fun. The only sad thing is we lost our best hat. But it was the right thing to do. I guess I at least have this. Oh well. Best hat is gone though. But I think I'll end here for today at least. Next time I think we will then try to go and head inside the church, because now at least we have something to actually open the door easily, even though I don't think it's where actually the person is that we are looking for. But hey, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't be an interesting place, and it could be also a location that we could be hanging out with the lady, that one very specific lady. But hey, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed some more of the Disco Elysium, and I'll see you for more than next time around. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. To be continued with Kira Rusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.